Next camera's like so close.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 128 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream tonight. We are available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. As always, if you need some fantastic fabric, slide into our messages and let us know. We got hoodies, tanks, t-shirts, and long sleeves. Nick gives the long.
And you
know how it rocks. Theories.
Yo, talk to me, man.
Talk to me, brother. Who you watching tonight?
Oh, I might be going with a throwback, man. Cole Addison.
Oh, okay. I'm going more exotic. I'm going to go Armani Black.
Armani Black is crazy, man. I know you want a different type of time today. I like that.
Absolutely.
Good shit.
All right, let's go right into it because we got a fun and exciting show for tonight, as always.
Yes, we do.
We will start off 49ers -3 versus the Seahawks, Thursday night football.
I really like Seattle today.
So do I. I'm surprised you said that, bro.
I like the spot for them. Coming off a brutal loss last week, and the Niners coming off a big win. The Seattle Seahawks are home.
I like steered you the right way.
What?
You're learning.
Well, I mean, you just got to read between the lines, dude. Like, but any team that comes off a blowout, I'm really skeptic of now. Moving forward, forever.
You noticed?
Well, yeah, it's starting to become a trend. You know, that team is riding the high. Then they got to go on the road, short week against a divisional opponent. Seattle's no slouch. They lost the last couple of games, and they need to get back in the race. Seattle, to me, needs this more.
Yep, they're the more desperate team.
Yeah. So I like Seattle tonight at the 3 mark. I think the line went up to 3.5 earlier. But I love Seattle. I'm hammering Seattle plus 3.5, and I'm sprinkling the money line as well.
Yeah, I like Seattle too, all the way. I think the game's too important. And if 49ers win, they all but lock up the division. Yeah. Wait, they actually win the division if they win tonight, I believe. I believe the 49ers, the Chiefs, and one other team, and the Vikings.
They're up 2 games on the Seahawks, right? Seahawks are 7-6.
And they would be up 3 if they won tonight.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, I mean, I believe that. I love the Seahawks tonight. They will keep it close. I think they're going to win, to be honest. But if they do lose, I still think it would be close. Do you think Brock Purdy still continues his strong play, or how do you see that playing out? Because I think
a part of me is like, he's a flash in the pan, bro.
Pete Carroll's a defensive guy to me, and I feel like he should be able to go against a rookie. Well, I mean, look, Todd Bowles couldn't do it, but I don't know
flash in the pan, bro. I like, you're telling me you could plug any quarterback into Kyle Shanahan's system and they're going to automatically be okay. Like, this kid's the last pick of the draft. I think the Niners nation needs to tamper expectations a little bit with this quarterback. I know there's a lot of smoke with the Niners giving the Eagles the best run for the NFC. They can also represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I know there's a lot of talk there, and I see why, because the Niners arguably had the best defense in football. They still have playmakers on that offense. Debo's out for 3 weeks, which hurts them. However, if they win tonight, they lock the division up and they can get healthy. So I just think that Seattle's is a perfect spot for them. I think they're going to win tonight, and I'm not a big believer in the Purdy madness, man. I'm just not, man. I can't get there.
So I'm with you. Now, he did look all right, but look, it's only been a game and a half. So I do think, like you said, they need to tamper the expectations a little bit. But that's just kind of how it goes. If a guy comes out and falls flat on his face, like Nathan Peterman, I mean, I think his first 3 passes in the NFL were all interceptions when he played for Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it, like I told you earlier.
Yeah. Dude, you know my password.
So that's that. My other question is, to flip to the other side, is, do you think Geno Smith right now, with the brutal loss last week, they've had a few more losses. I think they were 5-1 or 5-2, and now they're 7-6. Do you think Geno's playing his way out of a contract?
I hope not, man. It's a great story. It's like, it's a story where the younger kids can appreciate a little bit more, because, like,
any underdog.
Yeah, he's such an underdog, right? Nobody thought of Geno Smith this year. Nobody. Seattle was supposed to be like the #1 pick in the draft. We're come close to it. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league. And the fact that they're in this conversation to be a playoff team is miraculous to me. So I'm rooting for them, just for the storyline. I appreciate an underdog. So I hope he's not, but is he? The last couple of weeks, yes, but it's hard to find quarterbacks when he's playing that well for a long stretch of the season. It's hard for me to just say, okay, a couple bad games is not going to like pull a contract off the shelf. If they fuck around and miss the playoffs and they lose the last 3 out of the 4 games after losing, 2 in a row, then I'm pulling that contract off because I don't know if you're it.
Yeah.
However, it could also be a product of Seattle's team in general.
Yeah. For me, like it hurts with Kenneth Walker being out. Does he come back tonight?
He's back tonight.
Okay. Because he's an awesome running back.
Yeah.
I just feel like with Geno, he already has doubters even when he was playing well. And that he's been a career backup. So like I get that. It was just he started off so strong that everybody was blown away because like what's going on here?
So at 32 years old, what type of contract should a team give him?
I would give him no more than 2, maybe 3 years. I would give him 2 years and around maybe 20 million.
See, I think the price tag is going to go a little higher than that. Apparently, there's a lot of rumblings about 30 million a year.
That's fucking suicide.
It is, but you got to understand, like that's just the market value, right? Like for quarterbacks, it is just the market value. I mean, Jared Goff I think he has a cap hit of 26 million.
Yeah, which is low right now.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is it's going to depend on this too. Do you view Geno Smith as a bridge or a franchise? Because those are 2 big questions.
I mean, I would probably say a bridge at this point in his career.
Yeah.
I think the franchise quarterback talk ended years ago.
Probably with the Jets.
I would probably say maybe like 5 years ago, it probably ended. When you're in your 20s, you're kind of like you're mid to late 20s, not reaching 30 yet. I feel like you can get a nice size contract because you have like now you look around the league. Aaron Rodgers is playing until 38. Brady's 45. Like you're starting to see the quarterbacks, play longer. And it's possibly due to the NFL rules today.
Well, that definitely attributes to it because they can't get tackled. I mean, like we talked about it on Tuesday, the hit with Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Like if you fall on top of a guy with your body weight, it's roughing the passer. So it's basically they just want you to run into him and push him to the ground.
I think the contract, I mean, it's going to be tricky for Geno Smith, but I think the contract would be a frontally loaded deal. Whereas you would get more guaranteed money in the first year than you would in the second year. That's way, like if you're a bust in the first year, the team can get an out in the second year. That's probably the contract they're gonna structure based on the scenario with Geno Smith. It's a really unique scenario.
Yeah, you get rid of Russell Wilson, all those draft picks, and the backup comes in, and the backup looks better.
Because now, what do you do with those draft picks? Do you draft a quarterback?
That's my point exactly. Because that's why I said, do you view Geno as a bridge or do you view him as a franchise? And that's what the Seahawks are going to have to ask themselves. And I think through the first 7 games, they were like, okay, we might have something. Now they're watching it closely, obviously, but then afterwards he started to slip off, and he's looking more like Geno Smith.
That's hard to say. I mean, his numbers don't look like that though.
Correct, because he's still in the top 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, even in the last couple of games. So if you look at the last couple of games, Geno Smith is doing pretty decent. The last 3 games, I'll rattle it off. Against the Raiders, 73% completion percentage, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 106.6 rating. Against the Rams, 71.8 completion percentage, 367 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 116.1 quarterback rating. And last week against the Panthers, which was a stinker, but he still put up pretty decent numbers. I mean, the completion percentage for me was a drop off, 58.3. His yards were 264, and his touchdowns were 3 and 2 interceptions.
You know what the problem is, though?
So, but the Panthers, they do have a pretty decent defense.
Yes, but you know my here's my issue with Geno though. He's going to be overanalyzed no matter what because of his reputation. So my thing is even though he's throwing for those gaudy numbers, for his reputation, he needs to win. Those numbers won't hold as much weight as they may on a different quarterback.
Is that because you can look at a guy like Andy Dalton? He could throw for 300 yards and then
do
the same shit.
Andy Dalton's a perfect comparison because Andy Dalton this year looks a lot better than Jameis Winston. He stole his job, and he's put up some numbers. Monday Night Football, I think he threw for like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Andy Dalton?
Yeah, against their Cardinals.
And he played really well against the Bucs. They should have won that game.
That's what I'm saying. So when you see that, it's hard, but nobody's giving Andy Dalton a deal.
No. I mean, no, they're not going to.
But I think Geno Smith and Andy Dalton are the same tier. It's just that Geno Smith this year did take a step from what we expected. Well, and
because they were winning.
The expectations too were so low.
Yeah, because they are winning. And that's really the difference between a Geno Smith and the Andy Dalton, is that Geno Smith is actually in the wild card, contention
and the division,
possibly division. If they win tonight, they're only down a game, which could be really interesting, because if the Niners don't have a quarterback and they're not so sure on Brock Purdy, well, then where do you go?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Like seriously, where do you go then? The last 3 games, you only have a game lead against the Seahawks. They're breathing down your neck. You start to feel the pressure. You know what I mean? So like that really can, tonight's game is really, really monumental. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great game, but I really like Seattle again. And I just think that this race is going to be a lot closer. I like the way Geno is playing now.
Me too.
Regardless of the last game. I know it was a stinker against the Panthers, but I do like the way he's playing. I think he can play.
All right, I'm rooting for him as well. All right, guys, we're moving on. Next up, we have the Eagles -9 versus the Bears.
Psychotic and iconic.
Do the Eagles continue their dominance? I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who doesn't think the Eagles are continuing dominance, you're just a hater. Like, the Bears aren't that good. I know Justin Fields is coming back. He was sick, right? Or he had an injury.
That gives us a better chance.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with Fields in there,
yeah.
Well, the only problem that he presents is his running ability.
Well, here's the thing: we have a way, way, way better coaching staff.
Correct.
So I'm not worried
what
about.
Else we got better at everything.
Yeah, everything. Quarterback, wide receiver. I mean, running back.
Literally every position.
Yeah.
There's
so
no
it's a total mismatch. I got the Eagles covering the spread too, -9. I think it's the same. I think it's the same issue as last week. They can't score. And I believe Jalen Hurts has enough humility to not look forward to the Cowboys. I believe he's mature enough. I believe he does focus one game at a time. They showed that clip of A.J. Brown, Kes Watkins messing around on the sideline laughing, and Jalen Hurts was just sitting there focused on the field. And I love that for him. And the Eagles, they're going to demolish them. And then we're going to get ready for next Saturday night.
Speaking of that, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of rumblings with Micah Parsons' comments on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Saying that it was just the Eagles team. It's the system. It's everything behind them. And helps him out, which in totality, he's not wrong, but you can't deny the fact that the man's balling. Like, you just can't deny it.
Here's the thing. When you say something like that, to me, it drives me nuts, because when they say like, oh, it's just a team. Well, yeah, you need good team. You need a good team around you.
Sure.
Like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is playing great. Patrick Mahomes has a good team around him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like he's playing with bums.
Right.
That's number one. And number two, but they
make it seem like that, though.
Who's the Eagles backup? I can't think of it off the top of my head. Gardner Minshew. Excuse me. If they put in Gardner Minshew, you think they look the same?
So speaking of that, before the show, I was actually on Twitter and I saw Chris Sims, talking about Jalen Hurts, MVP front runner. And he was saying the Eagles have the best O-line in football, second best wide receiver duo, a great tight end. There's just no way he's more valuable than Mahomes, Allen, or Burrow. No way. If Minshew is in, the Eagles are still damn good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chris Sims.
That's what he said.
Chris Sims, I want to know who his dealer is, because he's shot for that.
He's 100% shot, because the Bills have a great defense. They have Stephon Diggs and good wide receivers. They have good playmakers. Like, we need to stop this narrative.
And not for nothing, but we could sit here and we could be really serious for a minute. And you were laughing when we were talking about this before. Josh Allen hasn't played a good offensive game in 6 or 7 weeks. I mean, he threw for 147 yards last week. If that was Jalen Hurts, that would be the number one talked about thing on sports media. Would be that Jalen Hurts only threw for 147 yards in a win.
Josh Allen, since week 6, I was watching a show. I think, what's his name? Get Nick Wright, right?
Yeah, he's the man, bro. He's the best.
Nick Wright pointed out that Josh Allen, since week 6, has been the 28th best quarterback in the league.
He's not a Pro Bowl,
which has been poor. So, like, if Josh Allen makes a Pro Bowl, it's the Pro Bowls don't even matter.
Yeah. They don't even play the game
because anymore. Like he's not playing at a Pro Bowl level this year.
It's reputation.
It's just the bottom line. It is reputation. It's a fans game. You know what I mean? But they don't even play the Pro Bowl anymore.
No, it's done now.
So
I mean, it was unwatchable.
It's like an all-star nod, and it's cool. But yeah. I think now it's a skills competition or something. Yeah. But not to get off topic. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous. I think that Jalen Hurts gets a lot of bullshit flack.
Who are the other quarterbacks you mentioned?
Mahomes and Burrow.
Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Because, I mean, not for nothing, but Burrow's been dealing with injuries all year. And Burrow heated up when Mixon was out, when Jamar Chase was out. Now Tyler Boyd's out. Higgins might be out. And Joe Burrow caught fire when his guys went out. So Joe Burrow, I believe you could make an argument.
Well, here's my thing. This is the logic that I think of. He's talking about if you put Gardner Minshew in for Jalen Hurts, the Eagles are still damn good. Well, what if you put Gardner Minshew in the other teams that you mentioned of their quarterbacks? You're talking about the Chiefs, you're talking about the Bills, and you're talking about the Bengals. They have pretty good teams.
I bet you Gardner Minshew would be just fine under Andy Reid.
So what I'm saying, that's what I'm getting to. So what I'm saying is, why is it okay for somebody to say the back of the Eagles would do well, but the backup of the Eagles wouldn't do well with the other teams that he mentioned? Did anybody else ever catch that one?
Yeah.
Like if you're telling me if Minshew wasn't on the Bills, they wouldn't be a good team.
Yeah.
They'd be all right.
Yeah.
They'd be fine. They would make the playoffs, possibly. I mean, their division's a little hard, but I feel like they have the talent around them. They got Stephon Diggs.
Josh Allen hasn't particularly been
played well.
trashing. That's my point.
And that's the narrative that I fucking hate. Yeah. Is that these other quarterbacks just get a pass? Mahomes just threw 3 interceptions, and yet he's the MVP. Why?
Yeah.
Hurts has literally 8 less interceptions on the year. His passing yards aren't near there.
He's 22-3, right?
Yeah.
So Patrick Mahomes threw as many interceptions against the Denver Broncos that Jalen Hurts has in 13 games. And you're telling me that Patrick Mahomes deserves the award more than Jalen Hurts. The point of the MVP is you critique everything.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts had one slip up against the Commanders.
Right.
And then they came back. He led a game-winning drive against the Colts. Okay, check. They blew out the Titans. The Titans are a good team. They blew out the Giants. They blew out the Vikings. The Vikings are 10-3. They smacked the Cowboys. Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, nothing. We demolished their defense. That had nothing to do with Cooper Rush.
Right. I agree.
We beat up their defense when during those 4 games, you couldn't even score on them.
I agree.
So I don't understand that. It just doesn't. At that point, you're nitpicking at ways to talk shit.
It's just to justify that Mahomes should be the MVP. You're trying to find little ways to put them in the conversation.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying Mahomes is not in the conversation. I have Mahomes ranked at number 2 for the MVP. And that's a fair assessment.
I think I would say Mahomes is 2 and then Burrow is 3.
Yeah, I think Burrow got in the conversation, but I don't think I think Jalen Hurts is going to win this award and it shouldn't be close. I just think the disrespect is getting out of hand for me.
He'll put another stamp on it this week.
Because if I was on Chris Sims' podcast, I fucking body his ass. I'm dead ass. I would body him.
Yeah, he's trash.
He's trash. He's not looking at it, from all angles. He keeps saying about the team. Okay, well, when Mahomes won the MVP, did he not have a good fucking team around him? So
you had Tyreek Hill.
And that's what I'm saying.
Travis Kelce, and then what's his face at running back? CEH is mid. But regardless, you had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and the best head coach in the game. Right. So what is that?
Yeah,
because I got news for you. If Patrick Mahomes started his career off in Chicago, he wouldn't be the same Patrick Mahomes.
With
Matt Nagy.
I heard that too. That actually came from somebody I heard before this week. Actually.
Yeah, it came from me.
Well, I heard it somewhere else too.
Who said that? Because it's true.
I don't know. I forget what it was, but I think I saw it on a TV show and they were talking about that.
Probably Cowherd.
Oh, you know what it was? It was when Andy Reid was talking. Is when Andy Reid found out that Mahomes knew about the interview.
Oh yeah. I saw about that.
That's when I heard rumblings about that. So
okay.
I don't know. I found it interesting, but yeah, no, definitely. It's out of hand. I hope Hurts, deservedly so, wins that award.
Me too. And I have no fear about that being a trap game because, like I said, I think Jalen Hurts is mature enough to handle it.
And I don't even care. Like, all right, look, if the Eagles, if they lose to the Cowboys, he's still my MVP, bro.
Period. It doesn't matter.
He lost 2 games. The stats are there. Like, you want to talk about passing stats, but as he's the kind of player you have to account for his rushing yards as well. Like that.
We do it with Kyler Murray.
That
you do it with Lamar Jackson.
It's the new era of football. You have to take account of those stats.
Yeah,
they just do. I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers didn't have the best stats last year passing the football, but he still won the MVP.
Yep.
Why? Because he was the best team. So if it's awarded to the best team and the quarterback of the best team, then Jalen Hurts is going to win. And that's how I see it.
Who do you think wins, and what do you have as the prediction against the spread? Eagles -9.
I like the Eagles to cover here. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Bears don't have anything on offense that scares me. They traded for bum ass Chase Claypool. He can't seem to grab on to their offense.
Been yelling that.
They just don't have anything that scares the Eagles. I don't see the Bears putting up a lot of points here in this matchup. I'm not sure what the over-unders is. Do you know what the over-unders is in this game?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I would probably take the unders because I don't think the Bears are going to score much. And it might be a sloppy game, especially playing in Chicago. So I like the Eagles here at -9. And I don't think this game is going to be close.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Next up, we are moving on to the other NFC team that has a big game in this week. Cowboys -4.5 versus the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Psychotic and iconic.
Do you think Trevor Lawrence continues his elite play? I think over the last 4 games, he has like a 73% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence is actually playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Him and Dougie P might have figured it out a little bit.
Do you think his success is sustainable?
Not to that level,
Like,
but I think
like when you think of Trevor Lawrence, what is the one thing that pops in your head?
truthfully,
Yeah.
I say overrated.
I had the same word. That was the same word I had in my head as soon as I asked the question.
The problem is this, though. I think Trevor Lawrence is good. I think he can be good. I think he can be really fucking good. The problem is when he was coming out of college, it was like bow down to Trevor Lawrence. He's the next big thing. He's going to turn Jacksonville around instantly.
Tank for Trevor.
Now, granted, what's his face stunk? Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer was terrible. So I give him a pass that year. But this year with Doug Peterson, I mean, Carson Wentz was doing better with Doug Peterson his rookie year than Trevor Lawrence is now.
Who had a better team, though? Well, I'll say this about the Jags.
Well, no,
the Jags
Carson
got
Wentz,
weapons,
that's what I'm saying.
they
But
got weapons.
Carson Wentz didn't have Alshon Jeffrey his first year.
Yeah,
he was
right.
franchise tagged in Chicago, and then he came to Philly.
Right.
So my thing is like, I say overrated, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean it like he was deemed the golden child coming out of college,
I share
and
the same feelings.
he hasn't done it yet.
I
He
share
has not
the same
done it yet.
sentiment as you. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Do you think that this could be a trap game for the Cowboys?
No, I think the trap game was last week. I feel like, anybody playing the Texans are like, fuck. But now that was a wake-up call for them. We were talking about it earlier in the group chat with James, and he brought that point up too. And I agree with them because that, like, when you play the Texans, you're not up for that game. But now that you know that you have to be up for every single games because you play in the NFL, like it's just some teams just need that wake up call. Yeah. And I think that was the wake up call that they needed. I do like the Jags here with the points. I will say that. I think it's going to be a close game. Like, I don't think this game is going to be a blowout by any means. I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Cowboys pull it off in the end. But yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to hang tough here. I
agree, but I think the Jaguars win it outright.
Okay.
I think the Cowboys were in a dogfight last week. It took a lot. It exuded a lot of energy to get them out of there, to get out of the Texans game with a win. And I just feel like right now the Jaguars are playing really well. And my issue is I actually think this is a spot for the Cowboys to drop. And especially with the comment with Micah Parsons on the podcast, I just think they are so just like Skip Bayless, they are obsessed with the Christmas Eve game. And that's fine. I'm not worried about it. And like I said, if they lose this week and we win, it's all but over for the first season.
Right.
So I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on them. I feel like they're going to feel the pressure. They don't normally respond well to pressure. That's my belief. So I love the Jaguars in this spot. I think 4.5 is a crazy line too.
That's why I'll take the points.
Yeah. The line to me actually feels like you should bet the Cowboys because I think it's really big. Pause. But I just like with the Jags, dude. I think they're going to win. I think the Cowboys are too focused on the Eagles.
Well, I'll say this though, and like I disagree as to I don't think the Jaguars are beating the Cowboys, and I'll explain why. I think Dallas knows how important that game is on Christmas Eve, so they need to win this game. If they drop this game, this division is over. The Christmas Eve game doesn't even matter. Nothing matters. So I think. I'm rooting for the Cowboys to actually win this game because the Christmas Eve games makes it that much better for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know if you feel comfortable enough where you want a 3-game lead over a good game. I just want to see a good game because I just think the Eagles are going to win anyway on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But I just want to see a good game. I want to see the magnitude of the game because you'll get to see the pressure situations between the Eagles and the Cowboys. You'll see the top 2 NFC teams, in my belief, going at it in pressure situations, and you'll know more about these teams on that game. Yeah. So I'm rooting for both teams to actually win this week.
Yeah, I totally agree. I have it's another hunch. The same way I was last week versus the Titans. I just have a hunch that the Cowboys are going to drop.
Go with your hunch.
Yeah. So I'm taking the Jaguars straight up. If the Cowboys do pull it out, it will make for it's going to be fucking awesome. No, never. But it'll make for a great game on Christmas Eve. Either way, I'm looking forward to it because my favorite holiday. To begin with,
it's the best.
Yeah, it's the best to begin with, and then
back-to-back weeks of Saturday football, man.
You know what's funny? When we were doing the topic sheet, I sent it to you late. I didn't even realize that Saturday games started this week. I thought they were starting next week.
It's so funny you said that because I was Googling today at work, and I looked at the NFL slate, and I'm like, Saturday. I'm like, oh, it's lit.
Yeah, because
It is lit.
Saturday night, it's Bills Dolphins.
Yeah, and it's 1, 4, and 8. Every single time slot is taken like a Sunday, which is amazing. So we got 2 NFL Sundays, quote unquote,
it's amazing.
this weekend and next weekend, and I'm a fan of that. I love
Me
that.
too. I wish I would rather. Well, it's hard because I like Thursday night football simply because I get more during the week. But Saturday night football would be awesome too.
The problem is with that
College.
it's college, and there's a contract situation with that. And that's why towards the end of the towards the end of the season of the NFL starts to take over Saturdays.
Yeah,
because everybody's usually home. It's the holidays or whatever, and they're going to get viewership on that day, especially all the college students who usually watch college football are going to translation themselves to the NFL. So I actually really like that.
So you have the Cowboys on the money line and the Jags on the spread.
Yes.
I have the Jags both ways.
Interesting.
All right, man. Next up, we have the Lions versus the Jets. This game's a pick. Mike White's banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff and them boys are playing hot. Do the Lions stay hot? I'm concerned.
A part of me wants to say yes, but a part of me is like, the Jets have a good defense.
I don't even think it's that.
That's the X factor for me, because the Lions can score with anybody, but if the Jets can hold them to 23, I think the Jets can edge them out. But I'm going with Detroit, man. Like, I am a Dan Campbell fan. I am a fanatic of Dan Campbell. I think he's awesome. I think he's super underrated in how he delivers his message to his team. I feel like his team responds to him. Everything about that organization is telling me they're on the rise. Like, for them to be this hot, a Detroit Lions team, like, you never say that, bro.
I know.
It's cool.
I just feel like everybody's going to pick the Lions this weekend because
know.
the Lions are the big hype train right now. And that worries me. And it's hard because Lions always let you down. That's been the story of our life for 31 years. I'm really rooting for them, though. And I think they can, because I think they're better than the Jets. And the Jets are slipping. Yeah, it's outside. It's going to be cold. But look, Dan Campbell runs that team, dude. He'll have them ready. And they play physical. Even though their defense blows, they do play physical. It's not like they're soft. And they're not a soft team.
But do you trust Jared Goff in the cold weather? Like, I feel like he's kind of more like a dome quarterback.
That's how I think he gets viewed, and a Southern California quarterback.
Sure.
So I like, it's hard. I tell you this, I trust him more than Mike White or Zach Wilson.
That's a fair.
That's for damn sure.
Well,
so
definitely.
And I just feel like they're better than the Jets, dude. I feel like the Jets got hot, won a few games, and people forgot, like, they're the Jets. They have the same problem that they've always had. They don't have a quarterback. Mike White's played all right, but by the same token, like, he's played what, 5 games in the NFL, 4 games?
Right.
So it's like, how much do you really trust him? Like, Jared Goff has a lot of games under his belt. Conference championship game, a Super Bowl game. He's been in shootouts. He's been in grueling games. So, like, I just feel like when you have Jared Goff and you're going up against somebody like that, like, Jared Goff and the Lions have the edge all the way.
I agree. If they can establish the run, control the clock, score at will. The only issue I have with Detroit is just their defense. Like, the Jets' defense is so much better than Detroit's.
They get carved.
And that's why, like, the edge to me is going to go to New York in that respect. I think the Lions are going to win, but I mean, it's just a flip a coin, right? It's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
So Vegas has it right here. I'll be honest and truthful. Vegas has it right. But what's weird to me is that the Lions were the favorite against the Vikings, and now they're a pick 'em against the Jets.
Correct. That's a great point.
I'm sorry. What?
Well, I mean, look, they were home, but they're a 10-3 team. They're a 10-3 team.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? It's fixed.
You know what? The Jets are winning this football game, and I hate to say it. I'm going with the Jets.
That was my first thought, but I'm still picking the Lions.
I'm sorry. Bro.
I'm picking the Lions because I want them to win so fucking bad.
Me too.
So bad. I want them to win, man. I just love Dan Campbell and everything he's about.
Me too.
Like, I just want to see, like, I look forward to his post-game speech, of the veins popping out of his neck, the spit in his goatee.
He's like, oh yeah, man. hell of a football win.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a team effort.
He should, the way
like,
he
yeah.
talks, he should wear a mask for the rest of his life.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because those little droplets
awesome.
of spit are going everywhere. He infected everybody in the room.
He's awesome, bro. I would love to play for Dan Campbell. I don't give a fuck.
I want him to come to my work every day and hype me up in my cubicle.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I want him to be my alarm clock.
Yeah.
I'm dead
I don't want
serious.
that, dude. I'll have a fucking heart attack.
No, I want that, dude. I'll be doing fucking up downs in fucking 3 a.m.
He'll do them with you. You know that? You saw it in Hard Knocks.
Yeah, he will for sure.
Let's flip real fast to the Jets. Do they, if Mike White loses, do they go back to Zach?
I think the
Because
Jets.
that whole situation's got me confused, because if you're not going back to him, are you just sitting him the rest of the year? And at that point, now it's going to be year 3. He had an injury. He got benched. So, and he didn't look good in the games that he started. So it's like, okay, do you know what you have yet? Like, if you're a middle of the pack team.
They know what they have.
Yeah,
he's
buns.
Back. They know what they have.
They need to show some humility and know that they fucked up and make the switch. And at least you could trade him and try and get something for him.
But if Mike White loses his game and the Jets fall out of contention, I would go back to Wilson, because I need to know what I actually have. However, I think the Jets already know, because they already made the quarterback switch in the midseason.
Here's what I think.
Mike White, bro. So it's like, yeah, like you just drafted a guy number 2 overall in Zach Wilson 2 years ago. And now you're going back to you benched him for Mike White. Like, you don't believe in the kid, bro.
So put it this way. When they first benched him, I thought,
because here's my thing. Did Trevor Lawrence get benched?
No.
Exactly. He never got benched. Why didn't he get benched? Because he's number 1 overall pick. Right?
But Trevor Lawrence never had a poor media showing that fucked up the whole team. It's like Zach Wilson, when he had that media thing, that ruined the whole team. They were saying that he lost the locker room. He didn't take any blame, and it was a piss poor performance.
Do you think it was overblown?
No.
Do you think he walked away from that panel and was like, fuck, I didn't mean to say that?
No, I believe that's genuinely how he feels. But the difference is somebody like Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, you don't make that mistake, bro. And it is when you're a leader, when you're a leader or you're a manager or something like that, you dish out all the credit and take all the blame.
Absolutely.
That's leadership. That's what that is. And that's what guys rally around. That's how Dak Prescott won the locker room over.
Accountability.
That was what they said the problem with the Eagles with Carson Wentz was. And then look what happened with Jalen Hurts. So, but here's the thing. When they first benched him, I didn't think it was a big deal. I'm like, all right, he got a 1-game suspension. He didn't dress. Then the next 2 games when he didn't dress, I'm like, oh, no, that's as much deeper.
He's done.
They don't believe in him. I'm like, it's over.
He's not dressing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, now this week, he's the backup.
Yeah.
But again, you didn't dress him. So you didn't even want him to play. Like, that's, if you did that for 1 game, I get it. But you did it for a quarter of the season? Like, I just don't understand that. I don't understand that at all.
They don't believe in him. I think Wilson is going to be on the block. I think he's going to go somewhere else. I think the Jets know what they have in Wilson. I think they already know that he's just not mature enough to lead this franchise.
I mean, he looks like, not that I look old, but he looks like he's 14 years old.
Well, I don't think he's a Robert Sala's quarterback. Like,
he's
too sweet. You need somebody with some grit,
I totally, especially a defensive head coach like Taylor Heineke.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Like, if fucking number 12, decide to leave the Bucks, man, you know what I mean? Fly high with the Jets, bro. Like, if he's looking for a guy like that, a guy who has passion, who's fired up and gets his team going and is a leader, that's what he's looking for.
He would have some weapons too, because Garrett Wilson's a real deal.
They would be all right. They would be all right.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's the real deal.
I'm not saying he's going there, but I'm just saying that's the kind of quarterback that I think that's what the Jets are looking for. Somebody that can be a leader, that can fire his teammates up, that's going to take accountability. If I fuck up, it's on me, man. You know what I mean? I apologize to my teammates. I'm going to be better, and it's the next play. It's next play mentality. That's what these young quarterbacks lack. I think when they make mistakes, it gets in their head because they're so young, they're fresh, they're thinking, shit, man, can I play in this league? Like, they're probably have some doubts when they play poorly, especially being a high draft pick, I'm sure. But that's just, it comes with being prepared as a professional athlete. You got to prepare for the worst and the best, and there's highs and lows to every career. And it doesn't matter if you're Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, anybody. There's
forgot somebody in there.
LeBron James.
Thank you.
There's highs and
lows.
Show
some fucking respect.
My bad. I mean, look, there's highs and lows to every career. It's just how you respond. It just shows your character. So I want to see how Wilson responds when he comes back, if he comes back, because then you'll know more about who he is as a person and a leader and just an overall quarterback moving forward in the NFL.
You know, Nick, and that's so true, bro, because here's the thing. You find out a lot about people or yourself when you're down here, not when you're up here. Because when you're up here, everything's easy. When you're up here, everything's good and you feel good and your mind's in the right place. That's all. You don't make decisions when you're angry or you're happy. Now, I should follow my own advice, but that's really the truth. And when Zach Wilson was down here, do you think that had anything to do with your performance? No, not at all. As he sits there and chews gum. Like, come on, bro.
Scoring 3 points.
Scoring 3 points and completing, 5 passes? Like, dude, come on. You stink.
Yeah.
Take ownership of that and get better. Get your ass in the gym and get better. You have unlimited resources.
Right. Accountability. And, I think what Wilson's mentality was, all right, I'm the number 2 overall pick in the draft.
Yes.
No way in hell the Jets are benching me.
Yep.
There's no way in hell. I think that he had that mentality. So I think the Jets made the right move to humble his ass a little bit.
Oh, he's humbled. Dude.
He's humbled. Exactly right. I think they are moving correctly. That's why I really like the Jets moving forward with Robert Saleh. Like, I think he's a great coach. I think he fits that culture. I think he fits New York. And I like the way the Jets are moving here.
So you have them winning?
I have the Jets winning here.
I'm still rolling with the Lions.
I hate the pick because I want the Lions to win. I actually want to see them be in the wild card.
Me too.
I think the Lions are a team that nobody would want to see.
They can upset somebody.
Because their offense can score with anybody. Their defense can, if the defense just has a decent day, they could beat you.
I agree.
And that's where I'm at with them. They gave the Eagles the best game. I said that last pod. They gave the Eagles the best game this year outside the Commanders.
I'm with you. All right, guys. Last game topic of the slate. We have the Buccaneers versus the Bengals. Bengals minus 3.5. Tom Brady is a home dog.
Yeah, rightfully so. He deserves it.
Is he washed?
He's not washed, he's not washed, but he deserves to be a home dog.
I mean, look, Higgins, Boyd, and Hurst are all banged up. I don't know if Higgins is playing this week. I know Boyd dislocated his finger.
So what? If he scored 10 points, you could beat the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got.
If he scored 10 last week, they would have bought the Bucs. They would have beat the Bucs. They scored 7 points. They can't.
If they scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion,
they would have won. Period. End of story.
Here's the thing. I can't figure this team out. They really stink, dude. I never thought I'd see a Tom Brady led team actually suck.
Well, they sucked when his third year when they didn't make the playoffs with the Patriots. But
it was 20
years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago to the day.
Yeah, I was 10.
Because he played 23 seasons. That was his third year.
I'm sorry, I was 11. I was in 6th grade.
So, I just think, they deserve to be a home dog. I don't see nothing wrong with the line. I think the line should be bigger because I think the Bengals are just that much better. I think they have a better defense. I think they have a better quarterback right now, playing better.
I agree. Yeah. Totally.
I think their weapons play better. I think they can get separation. I think they play as a team. And the Bucs offensive line stinks. I like the Bengals in this spot here. I think the line should be bigger.
Is there a formula you think the Bucs can figure out to win, even though they haven't figured it out in 13 games?
They're not going to figure out now. What they are is they're just trying to the message is the same every week. I watch all their press conferences with Byron Leftwich and Brady. It's the same.
It sounds like a fucking robot.
It's legitimately a broken record. It's all right. It's week 13. We're trying to get better as a team at football, bro. It's December, dude. You guys should be hitting your peak now. This is where you should be kind of elevating.
Mm-hmm.
I always said it after Thanksgiving. That's kind of when you should always play your best football. If you don't play your best football after Thanksgiving, you're in trouble moving forward. And they're not playing their best football after Thanksgiving. They've been horrible. So I like the Bengals here to beat the Bucs. I think the Bucs are going to struggle again to score some points, and I definitely think the Bucs have a chance. I will always say Tom Brady, a team that Tom Brady leads always has a chance, but this game they're losing. The Bengals are just a better team.
That's his final. So here's the thing: the Bengals play the Buccaneers, the Patriots, the Bills, and then the Ravens. I thought they played the Buccaneers and then they played the Bills. So I thought that this could be the game when they slipped up a little bit because they were overlooking the Buccaneers because Tom Brady and them ain't really anything special. I kind of do like the Bucs though on the money line because I'm just still in they are desperate right now.
They were desperate last week.
I know that, but dude, they are the desperate team, dude. They have to win. They're going to be in danger because if Carolina wins out, they win the division. The Buccaneers can only control their own destiny by winning.
Well, I think that, I mean, I don't think the Carolina's going to win out, but they have a chance to. They don't have to win out to win the division, though.
Who?
The Panthers.
No,
they don't have to. They're only a game back.
So
if the Bucks lose this week and Carolina wins, Carolina is in first place because Carolina beat them head to head.
Wow. Yeah,
because here's the standing.
And
here's the standings. I'll read off the standing. Bucks are 6-7 at first place. Panthers are second place with 5-8. Falcons are 5-8, third place, tie for second, if you want to call it. And the Saints are last place in 4-9. So I mean, technically the Saints are still in it.
Yeah.
Technically, yes. They would have to win out.
The Aints.
Yeah. But they would have to win out. But the Panthers are still in it, dude. Like if the Bucks fuck around and lose this game and the Panthers win their game, Panthers are in first place.
Look, who my favorite quarterback in the game is, who my favorite player is right now,
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Latched onto him last year, love him. I think he has all the right shit. I think he's made of the right shit. I am picking the Patriots. I am picking the Buccaneers because something has to give, number one, and number two, the game's too important.
I see what you did there. You think Brady's going to go back to the Patriot way? He's the Patriots Brady. That's why you got mixed up.
Because he's figuring.
I see what you did there.
He has to figure it out, dude.
I see what you did there. That's genius. That's genius work. Everybody who's watching, that's fucking genius work. This is how he works. The goatee's back.
Yeah.
Kyle's is here in the fucking flesh. This is the best podcast on the net.
You're making me blush.
Hey, you deserve it.
Making me wet.
You deserve it. Whoa. Psychotic and iconic.
So my thing is, dude, I feel like something has to give. I feel like the Bucks are too desperate right now. And the Bengals been on a win streak. They're playing great. I see them dropping one. I really do. Because like I said, the game's too important for the Buccaneers, dude, because they're falling into dangerous ass territory late in the season. Like, it's not a joke anymore. And that their offense has looked inept. And I hated Tom Brady for mostly his career up until about 2014.
I tried to,
because I was a Peyton Manning guy.
I tried to show him.
And it just, I can't believe what I watch every Sunday when I watch this game. So I'm rolling with the Buccaneers.
You're going by the Brady mystique.
Absolutely, I have to.
I hear you, man.
How can I?
I'm fading it. I'm going with the Bengals. The Bengals are a better
I hope
team.
the Bengals win. I want them to win. I want Joe Burrow to get his respect.
Hey, it's funny. I'm the opposite of you. I hope the Bucks win.
Yeah,
but I have to think the Bengals.
Yeah, no, I think the Patriots win. I hope. Why do I keep saying the Patriots?
Because you think Brady's is going to be back to his old self.
I think
that's exactly. It's genius work. I appreciate.
I think
work.
the Buccaneers are going to win. I hope the Bengals win because Joe Burrow needs his respect. All right, last and final topic before we do our game picks for the weekend: facts or cap.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, Nick. Justin Jefferson is a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill. Facts or cap?
Cap. You want me to say it again? Cap. C-A-P, motherfucker.
Oh, you know how to spell cap. That's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. Yeah, you're on some shit.
Maybe.
Look, I think it's closer than people want to give it credit for, but Justin Jefferson, to me, is the best wide receiver in the game. Hands down, too.
Better than Tyreek Hill.
I think he's better than Tyreek Hill.
Man, I don't know about that. Tyreek
Hill's a different animal.
No. When you say Tyreek Hill, you say Super Bowl champion Tyreek Hill. There's a difference.
Come on, bro. He's a wide receiver.
He's a wide receiver, but he made a big impact, and he makes big impacts.
He did. He caught that bomb that Mahomes threw up against the Niners.
But he makes big impacts on teams.
Hell yeah. Nobody different to it.
Let's look at the stats for this year.
Justin Jefferson hasn't beaten stats. So please look.
Not in all of them. Not in all of them. That's not true.
What's he has more yards than him. I think he has more touch. He might not have more touchdowns though.
Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull up.
Good, because I'm
about to pull up.
Yeah, because I want to see that honestly, because I'm curious on that. But I know that they said they were both, because I think Justin Jefferson's gonna have 2,000 yards.
Okay, fantasy wise, Jefferson's number one.
Regular
Catches.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill with 100 versus Justin Jefferson's 99 with 139 targets versus 142 of Justin Jefferson.
So it's the same thing.
More targets, less catches by one. Okay, it's the same thing.
Same thing, even.
The yards aspect, 1,500 for Justin Jefferson, 1,460 for Tyreek Hill, which is really surprising. 14.6 yards per catch versus Justin Jefferson's 15.2. And they both have 6 touchdowns on the year.
So they're basically been the same wide receiver.
They're the same wide receiver. But if I had to pick somebody that I want to go to war with and I want to win a Super Bowl with, I'm going with Tyreek Hill.
Wild. I'm going Justin Jefferson.
No, I'm talking about to win a Super Bowl. Like I want somebody on my team, like a dynamic wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson.
I want Tyreek Hill.
I want Justin
He's
Jefferson.
been there and done that.
Jeff Saturday will be the head coach. Will be the head coach of the Colts next season.
Facts. I hate to say it. It's a fact, bro.
What?
Facts.
That's
Wrong.
absolute cap. Yeah.
It's facts.
That's absolute cap, dude.
Maybe.
Why would they bring him back?
Why would they hire him?
I don't know why they would hire him. I can't answer that
Yeah,
one,
that's what
but
I'm
there's no
saying.
reason to bring him back.
Well, there's no reason to hire him.
Yeah, I can't explain that. You got me there. I have no rebuttal to that. I don't know why they
The
hired him.
Colts have responded pretty well outside of the Cowboys.
Yeah, 1-3. That's great.
They got blown the fuck out against Dallas. That was like a 33-point performance in the fourth quarter type of deal. But you know, ever since he took over, they beat the Raiders. They lost to the Eagles by 1. They lost to the Steelers by 7. They've been in some games. They played a lot better now than they have.
Bro, if you
early
lose by
this
40 or you lose by 7, it doesn't matter. You lost.
Well, if you want to compare this team now versus early in the year, yes, I think he made a sizable impact. If you
Well,
ask me.
I mean, to a degree, yeah, but Frank Reich got dealt with what's his face? Sam Ellinger. He didn't have Matt Ryan. Not that Matt Ryan's anything good, but he's better than Sam Ellinger.
Well, he had Matt Ryan.
Yeah, and the offense was putrid.
And Matt Ryan tied the Texans, got completely shut out against the Jaguars.
You missing one. Upset the
Chiefs. That was week 3. And you called that too, by the way. That was a great call. You called that, and I'll give you credit for that.
Major.
Always will.
Appreciate it.
And I feel like the Colts have played a lot better since that hire. And like they look like a team that actually wants to play for the coach.
I'll give you that too.
So I'm gonna say fact, and it's Irsay, bro. He's very unpredictable in a way, and this is a move that I could see him keeping.
All right, next up, Kenny Pickett will be the Steelers starting QB next season.
Fact.
Absolute facts. He's been playing really well.
Yeah.
Mac Jones will be the Patriots starting QB next season.
Cap.
Who's taking over? Tom Brady?
Cap. We'll talk about that later.
All right. That's
Cap.
Facts because Mac Jones is a franchise quarterback, bro. Period.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think he is too. But the league is shifting towards their running style.
Yeah.
And I think Belichick is going to make a move at some point.
We'll see, but Mac Jones can play, but he needs an offensive coordinator and he needs a weapon that isn't named Jonnu Smith.
I know. I just don't see Belichick moving on with Mac Jones. I think to win the Super Bowl, because that is the ultimate goal, because Brady won one with the Bucs.
Yep.
So now Belichick is chasing that other ring. And do you think Mac Jones can lead the Patriots to a Super Bowl in the same conference as Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson? That's very difficult. Very, very difficult.
No, I agree. But
So
then again, you're not going to do that with Matt Patricia's fat ass calling your plays.
And I agree with that. But you have to have a little bit more dynamic of a quarterback. I like Mac Jones.
Yeah, I don't like him. And I'm defending him now.
No. I like Mac Jones. I see the Patriots moving on next season. I think they can get something for him in the offseason, and that could trigger them getting draft picks and moving up and going getting the quarterback in the draft.
All right. Jared Goff is a better option at quarterback than Geno Smith.
Next season?
Yeah, next season. This is total fact. I don't even know.
I'm going to say fact for that one. Yes.
Okay.
Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl. Geno Smith is a late bloomer. And that's really what my opinion is right there.
I'm the same way. I don't really have
to go elaborate even more.
Jared Goff all day.
Yeah.
Patriots will finish with a better record than the Dolphins.
I'm going to say cap.
Me too, because their schedule is brutal.
Yeah, but it might be close.
It will, because the Dolphins schedule is brutal too. But here's the thing. After this weekend, both teams will be 8-6.
The Patriots play the Dolphins on New Year's.
Yep.
January 1st, 1:00 in New England. The Dolphins come to town. That could be a major game.
Yes. And that may be for the 7th seed, because here's the thing. I believe on Saturday night, the Bills will beat the Dolphins. I believe that this week, we'll talk about it in a minute, but the Patriots beat the Raiders. They will both be 8-6. But then the Patriots play the Bengals. That's an L. Who do the Dolphins play in 2 weeks? Next week.
Why is it an automatic L?
Because the Bengals are just better. They're going to smoke them. The Patriots can't score with the Bengals.
But they can play defense.
Yeah, but it's Joe Burrow.
Okay. I think the Patriots have a shot. But yeah, I'm gonna say cap for that, but it's gonna be very close. They might have the same record.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, so I'm gonna say facts.
Think Patriots finish
I do.
better.
I do.
So if the Patriots finish better, what do you like? What's the Tua smoke about? Like,
I don't know.
Is he a franchise quarterback? Is he the guy for the
I
Dolphins
think
moving
so.
forward?
I think so. It's just the way the schedule is, bro. But I don't like. Here's the thing: we will sit here and trip over a 2-game or 3-game losing streak, but we won't get excited about a 7-game win streak. So we get down on the losing streak, but we don't get excited on the win streak for Tua. It doesn't make any sense.
I think there was a lot of excitement with the Dolphins.
There was to a degree, but now he won all those games in the beginning. He lost 2 games, and all of a sudden he blows. That just doesn't make sense to me.
That's the narrative. That's being painted?
Everybody's saying it now. Oh, he's in the Derek Carr tier. He's all the way at the bottom. He's not. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't think that's a bad comparison to Derek Carr tier.
I mean, I would. He's 60 and 78 as a starter
with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what?
Tua's 14 and 3 in his last 17 games. I mean,
well, you're talking about talent wise, right? You think I think Derek Carr's pretty talented.
I think Derek Carr's more talented than Tua. I think Tua. Here's the thing. I don't think Tua is anything special.
I think Derek Carr is super underrated. I think he's been dealt a bad hand with the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think he's had too many head coaches. It fucks with you. Too many offensive coordinators. That plays a role in player development.
I just like
to me
with Tua, dude, it's like they jump on everything he does bad, but but even when he does well, they're still doubting him and saying things like that. And I don't think Tua is anything special. I think Tua is a regular good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. That's it.
Because he's always going to have the narrative around him from when he came out of college.
Always. He's injury prone. Now look, he has a very weak arm. His arm is terrible. I mean, Patrick Mahomes used to lead Tyreek Hill to the ball. Tyreek Hill, 9 times out of 10 is coming back to the ball.
Stops and catches the ball, right?
So that's where I am on that. But I just feel like the Dolphins are in a tough spot right now because they have a tough rest of the way.
They do, but this is where they need to make their money.
This is where Tua can cement himself.
Yes.
You go beat the Bills in Buffalo when it's freezing cold in December.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they played the Bills, they played the Packers. I think they're going to beat the Packers.
Yeah.
And they played New England, and then they played the Jets. So those
are division games. It's hard. It's 3 division games in 4 weeks.
Yeah, but the Dolphins are home against the Jets. I like the Dolphins there at the end of the season to wrap it up, and I think the Dolphins will finish with a better record by 1 game.
I'm going with the Patriots because I think the Patriots win this week, and I think they get another win along the way.
Okay,
a win or 2 along the way. Over the next 5 years, Mahomes will lead the league in Super Bowls.
Let's go first. You can go first.
I'll say Cat.
Okay.
Because I think he's got to deal with Justin Jefferson. Jesus Christ. Justin Herbert in his division. And I think Justin Herbert is ultra talented. He hasn't put it all together yet. And he's a tad bit overrated right now because he has to win. I know his stats are amazing, but you have to win games. So I think it's going to be hard for him. I would actually vouch to say that the only person that can tie or beat him would be Burrow. I think Allen's in that mix too because that squad is really good and they have a good defense. I still have my reservations about Allen. Like we've argued about this a million times, but I think it would be Burrow and Allen because the Chiefs, dude, who do the Bills have to sweat in their division?
The Patriots, the Dolphins, the Jets.
Dude,
moving forward in the next 5 years.
Yeah, but I would rather pay right now. I would rather pay the Jets and the Patriots before I'd rather pay the Chargers.
Right now, but we're talking about the next 5 years.
Yeah, the next 5 years. I don't know. I just don't see the Patriots getting a quarterback. I don't see the Jets getting a quarterback.
Okay.
And it's like, Justin Herbert's not going anywhere. But I mean, the Bengals team is awesome.
So I think the Chiefs are awesome. As long as they have Andy Reid and Mahomes together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything can happen.
But look, Mahomes is the easy answer. I just don't feel like it's that simple. Obviously.
I'm going to say facts because Herbert has yet to be in the playoffs. He is yet to have that experience. Mahomes already has a ring. Mahomes doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. Doesn't matter if he doesn't have Tyreek Hill. Doesn't matter. You could throw anybody out there. It looks like they're going to win and they're going to be successful. I know he has Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce probably won't be there for the next 5 years, which is fine. But the Chiefs will figure out a way to keep it going. And I trust Andy Reid. I trust his talent judgment to bring in talent for Mahomes when Kelsey retires, and even next year to retool that offense in terms of the wide receiver position and possibly running back as well, because I feel like they're kind of like they're done with CEH.
He stinks.
Yeah, I know they like Pacheco, but I don't think he's an every down back. So I think they'll retool for Mahomes. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's a fact.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with it because right now, in my opinion, Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
Because in 5 years, let's face it, Brady's out of the league, and Rodgers has 5 years. He's gone. Maybe. Yeah, he'll be done. He'll be 50. And if he's 50, yo, he's out here slinging the rock, yo. That would be some shit. But on a serious note, like who else can really fuck with him? Russell Wilson has a ring. Aaron Rodgers has a ring.
Mid.
So I don't see them any of those quarterbacks winning Super Bowls ever again, or especially within the next 5 years. And who else is out there? Who else has a Super Bowl? Anybody?
Yeah. No.
I'm just trying to rattle off names here. Who else? Like, I don't see anybody else who has a Super Bowl. So I'm going to say that's a fact. I like your Herbert angle. I do, because of the same division. I do like that.
Yeah, it's going to be somebody he's going to have to deal with.
Stafford's up there. Could Stafford win another one?
He could. I don't think he's done.
I'm going to say they're not done.
I would bet that he wouldn't, though.
I'm going to say they're not going to win anymore because I think they're a little old.
Yes.
And they are too contract heavy. Like, they have a lot of money and guarantees that kind of like cap, like they kind of handcuffs them in their future. Yep. They have no draft picks. That hurts. So I think he's going to stay put at 1. So I just think that Mahomes will be the lead. He'll lead the league in Super Bowl wins in the next 5 years.
Major. All right, guys. Our last topic of the night. We are going to our game picks. Make sure you follow that way you can win yourself some money. But, I don't win myself money. As I always say, I only win it for you guys. All right, 1 o'clock slate. Saints -4 versus the Falcons. The Acco Saints.
Falcons here, like the Falcons.
Starting with Desmond Ridder?
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking the Saints both ways.
Okay.
Panthers -3 versus the Steelers. I am taking give me the Panthers, but the Steelers with the points.
I'm going to go with the Panthers here both ways.
All right. Chiefs -14 versus the Texans. I got the Chiefs both ways.
I got the Chiefs both ways. Yep.
4 o'clock slate. Broncos -3 versus the Cardinals.
Wow. You know what? Give me the Cardinals. I like the way Colt McCoy kind of played last week.
I don't think he can score on Denver's D.
I don't think so either, but Russell Wilson can turn the ball over. I don't know if he's playing.
I assumed he was by the line.
Well, I think Brett Ripien is the quarterback now.
Well, there's no way they'd be a 3-point favorite if Brett Ripien is a fucking.
Well, why would Colt McCoy be a favorite?
Then none. I would say it would be a pick or be 1 or 2.
Because Denver's on the road, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are taking into account for Russell Wilson probably being active.
They have to, because that's a 6-point line.
I like the Cardinals.
Essentially.
Give me Cardinals.
All right, I got the Broncos. Raiders -1 versus the Patriots. Student versus teacher.
Just tough, man. This is a tough game.
The Acco Raiders.
The Acco Raiders versus the Patriots. I think this is going to be a tough game. I told you.
Josh McDaniels squared off against Bill Belichick in Denver.
Look,
1-0.
We talked about this 2 weeks ago, and this is when I said Bill Belichick was in the running for Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
And I said this game scared me for the Patriots. I thought the Patriots could win the last 2 games and make some noise. I believe in that defense. I still think the Patriots have one of the best defenses in the league. It's just the problem with them is they just can't score. But their defense isn't like unbreakable.
Yeah.
Like you could score on them, but it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make it tough for you. So I just think it's just their offense that really holds them back. The Raiders offense has been a roller coaster. Some games will score 40, 30. Some games will score 16. You don't know what Raiders team you're getting. But I'll take the Patriots here. It's across the country for the Raiders. I think the Patriots, this game means more for the Patriots than it does for the Raiders. And I'm because of the race, the wild card race that the Patriots are in. And I like the Patriots here at home. I'll take the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots. I don't even think it's close. They're better. They're better coached. And that's where I'm at on it. I wasn't even thinking twice.
So you're going by sheer coaching.
Sheer coaching. Yeah. It's student versus teacher, bro.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick knows him inside and out.
I mean, it's a factor, but it's not. It is. It's a factor, but it's
Bill
not.
will beat Josh McDaniels.
I mean, you're talking about being outcoached. I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there that have outcoached Bill Belichick this year.
Yeah, they have, but Josh McDaniels isn't one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, well, you never know, but I'm just saying that it is possible. I'm not going to say it's impossible that he can be outcoached.
It's impossible. You want to put some salad on this?
That the Raiders win? I picked the Patriots to win.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Just
I
making
took
sure.
the Patriots. I think the Patriots they're home. I like the home team that needs a win.
All right. I'm taking the Patriots too. Chargers -3 versus the Titans. I got the Chargers both ways. I think the Chargers are playing really good. But it sucks because I got the Titans now on a 4-game losing streak.
Why the Lions? Well, I mean, why the Titans? Why the Chargers only -3?
Because I think people view them quite the same because the Chargers, you never know. The Chargers could have one of them games where they're just, down. But they're getting healthy again. They got Mike Williams back, Keenan Allen's back, Josh Palmer, Gerald Everett.
That Palmer kid is really good.
He's fucking good.
He's really, really, really underrated. I think he's like top 30 in fantasy.
Yeah.
Wide receivers.
I know. He got hurt when Mike Williams went down. He stepped in. I grabbed him.
Yeah, he's played really well. I'm gonna go with the Chargers here, but I'll take Titans with the points. I think it comes down to a last-second field goal by the Chargers.
Bengals versus Bucks. We already did this. I have the Buccaneers winning this game.
I got the Bengals.
All right, that was Sunday afternoon. Let's do the Saturday game.
No, let's do Sunday night,
Monday night,
and then we'll go to Saturday.
All right, it's your show. Commanders -4.5 versus the Giants.
Phil, can you turn up his mic real quick? You gotta let the fucking audience know it's my fucking show.
Commanders -4.5 versus the Giants. That's a wildly high line for a team that just tied 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm gonna go with the Commanders here.
I'm taking the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Commanders. I think they've been playing really good football, and the Giants are some shit.
I got the Giants both ways. They just got blown out and humiliated. You know how I think.
Yeah, but I got passion, Mr. Passion, bro. I'm taking Mr. Passion over Daniel Jones any day of the week, bro.
Okay.
It's not close.
Bad move.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, Packers -7 versus the Rams.
-7. Wow.
That's wild disrespect.
Baker is getting wild disrespected.
And I got news for you. Baker is going to win in Lambeau.
Hold on. What's Green Bay's record? Are they 5-8?
I think that 5-8.
A 5-8 team.
Well, so are the Rams. The Rams are 5-8. Or they're 4-9.
2 5-8 teams. Right, hold on. The Rams gotta be. Yeah, the Rams are 4-9. You're telling me a 5-8 team versus a 4-9 team is a 7-point favorite on the road.
No. The Rams are in Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau.
Yeah.
Okay, then now that makes sense. I thought the Rams were home because the way it was laid out, it says Packers versus Rams.
Yeah, that was my fault. Rams are at Green Bay.
Yeah, you gotta start proofreading. All right.
I apologize. I'll be better. Rams are winning this. The Bake Show returns with a vengeance.
No shot.
We're leaving Lambeau with a dub.
No chance. I got the Packers here. I'll take the. I'll give me Packers both ways. I don't think this is gonna be close.
You want to put a salad on this?
What you think the Rams are winning?
Absolutely. I got Baker.
I'll put a salad on.
All right, please do. I'll toss it.
I got Baker. I'll take Aaron Rodgers over Baker.
Bad move.
I don't know about that.
Who? Whatchamacallit?
What? Say something. Go ahead.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, go ahead. Go there.
I'm not doing that.
No, go there. I have time.
No, we good.
I got time.
Yeah, no, I don't got time for that. Vikings -4 versus the Colts. I got the Vikings.
-4? Like, again, I'm like, what? Yeah, give me the Vikings. Even though they are one of the. No, actually, you know what? I like the Colts here. Give me the Colts. I don't believe in the Vikings. It's a Saturday game. Colts are home, correct? Yeah, I'm going to assume the Colts are home because if Vikings were home, I feel like
Colts are at Vikings.
Colts are at Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm going to take. Yeah. Well, fuck.
That's a low ass line.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like I
would tell me to bet the Colts.
It looks like the Vikings should be on the road with -4.
Yeah, correct.
So give me the Colts. Give me the Colts
to win outright.
Upset. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I got the Vikings. You'll learn. Browns -3 versus the Ravens. D. Masseuse is ass. I know.
And it needs to be a conversation.
The Browns made a big mistake.
And it bothers me that nobody in the league is talking about this. Deshaun Watson, since he's came back, I know he has to, dust the rust off and all that. But when somebody pays you $230 million, I expect you to fucking go in there and perform like a $230 million quarterback. I don't give a shit what anybody says. $230 million guaranteed. You're the first quarterback in history of NFL to have that kind of money, and to put up performances the way he has been abysmal. But I'll take the Browns here because of their effort on the run, and the Ravens are really banged up. So I will take the Browns, but I don't love it.
All right, last one.
Who do you have?
I have the Browns. I said that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You have selective hearing.
My bad. Damn. I didn't know.
Bills minus 7.5 versus the Dolphins. I have the Bills both ways. It's going to be cold and shit. I got the Bills both ways, man. The Bills are due, and the Dolphins already beat them this year. I just think the Bills are due for a big game.
Dolphins have lost 2 straight, huh? They've lost two straight. This is a big game for the Dolphins, as long as the Bills. I get the Bills here, but I'll take the Dolphins with the points. I think a 7.5 is a really big line, which kind of scares me taking the points with the Dolphins. But again, divisional opponent, I always will take the points in a divisional game. Always, besides the Commanders and the Giants, because Daniel Jones is trash. But yeah, give me the Dolphins with the points. I'll take the Bills money line.
All right, I'm taking the Bills both ways. Yeah, do it for me, Phil.
This is gonna be a great weekend of football. I'm excited about it.
Me too.
Tonight's game looks like it's gonna be really, really well. George Kittle scored on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Brock Purdy, and the Niners are driving right now. Currently, 1st and 10 at Seattle's 18. They're up 7-0 in the second quarter.
All right, Nick, take it away.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Also, listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms, as you do not want to miss our daily content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we will see you guys next week at P&I, baby. Enjoy week 15.